In this video, I'm taking a look at the Huion Kamvas Pro Gen 3, a touchscreen display tablet. I'll be testing it in Blender, Photoshop and Krita and comparing it to similar brands on the market and letting you know if it's worth the $1,399 price tag. Firstly, it's important to say that Huion has sent me the tablet for free, but they're not sponsoring the video in any way, and I'm just giving you my feedback on the tablet and my experiences. And I do think it's a good tablet, but not without its faults. But I will say now, if Huion fixes those faults, as I see them, then I'll put an update in the description, so you might want to check that if you're coming to this video a few weeks later. So let's get into it. First of all, it's a 24-inch screen, 4K resolution, so that's 3840 by 2160 pixels. And like I say, it's a touch screen, which is very nice. So what do you get in the box? Obviously you get the tablet itself. It doesn't come with a stand. You've got these adjustable legs, but it does come with the VESA connection on the back. You get all your cables, of course, a glove and a dust cloth. You get 2 pens in a nice case, but there is an issue with the pens that you can't set them up independently, it seems, and they can't be programmed for different programs. So you can't have one setting for Photoshop and one setting for Blender, which I think is a bit of a downside to the whole setup. You've got pen nibs in there, including some felt nibs, so the nibs have a slightly different feel on the surface. And interestingly, you've got this new color calibrator thingamajiggy. I didn't actually use this as the colors seemed quite nice straight out of the box, and I don't tend to focus on this in my work, but this could be very useful for photographers and graphic designers that are very locked into this aspect, so you can place it on the screen and it will calibrate your display. You've also got a separate controller. So this has lots of buttons, and it can be really useful if it's awkward to get to your keyboard and you can't have one hand on the keyboard and one hand drawing, for example. And lots of people like the wheel for zooming and brush size, so that's a nice addition. Personally, I don't use it myself. I tend to always need lots of keyboard shortcuts, especially in Blender, so I tend to use my keyboard. With this controller, I couldn't see any way to program the buttons, and I had a good search about. I couldn't see it in the manual and I couldn't see it in the driver setup, so if it's something you want to use, you will probably need to look into that. And again, Huion, you probably need to put details about that in your manual. And that was one thing that I kind of felt let down the whole experience of this tablet, was the lack of direction for programming the pen or programming the controller, especially for different programs. And I'd like to be able to program each pen separately, so I could, let's say I was in Photoshop, use one pen with different controls for certain things and the other pen for other things. And for someone like me, a 3D artist, I would like to be able to have my pen set up for Photoshop when I go into Photoshop and Blender when I go into Blender. I don't want to have to change the pen each time I jump between programs. In terms of the drivers, there are drivers for Linux and Mac and Windows, of course, and they were fairly comfortable to set up and install, but again, it's just those programmable aspects that I would have liked a bit more detail on. It also comes with a color calibration report, which I certainly read all of. These tablets are very keen to talk about their color calibration. It's not something I know a huge amount about, but the colors did look very good. It has a matte screen, which is good for both the smoothness of your pen moving across the surface and the reflection of light as well. You don't get that distracting glare. This seems to be fairly standard these days. In terms of the cables, it comes with a USB-C or HDMI connection. If you use the HDMI, you have to use a normal USB with the HDMI. So you've got 3 cables in total, the power cable, HDMI and normal USB. If you use just the USB-C, you can use that and the power cable. So that cuts down the cables. So USB-C, I think, is the better option here. Okay, so how does it feel when drawing or sculpting? Well, it's a really nice drawing experience. The pen pressure felt really nice and there was very little pen wobble. There was a touch, but it was minimal and you don't really notice it. I really love the touchscreen aspects and I can imagine I would use them a lot more if I got used to it, certainly. Being able to zoom in and rotate was a massive plus, and you can do it nice and quickly with hand gestures. The drawing experience as a whole was comparable to XP Pen, a very similar brand to Huion, and also SenseLab, which they tend to pitch themselves as a little bit higher quality, but I found the drawing experience was very similar to that too. Maybe a tiny bit more pen wobble perhaps, but I actually kind of preferred the pressure sensitivity. It flowed a little bit nicer, I would say. I tested the tablet in 3 programs, Photoshop, Krita, and Blender. It worked very well in Photoshop. The touchscreen aspects were fantastic, and the gestures all made sense, and it was quite intuitive. In Blender, the pen all worked very nicely, pressure sensitivity and so forth, but you didn't have any of the touchscreen functionality. That would be something it would be really nice to see some support for. There's lots of artists that use display tablets for 3D programs, and I would like to see some features of the touchscreen within the 3D program. You can actually use it to draw with, but that wasn't particularly useful. It's much better with a pen. I also tried it in Krita, and for some reason it was not happy. I tested it several times, updated my graphics driver and all sorts just to be sure, but it seemed to have a real problem with the calibration, so it just did not work with Krita. And this was another letdown for me. Krita has quite a lot of users out there, and they'll all be wanting to use pen tablets, and the fact that it didn't work was a real shame. And in many ways, I might have been tempted to move across to Huion and this tablet, especially with these nice touchscreen aspects, but I do like to use Krita, and I just couldn't find a way to get it to work. So in conclusion, would I buy this tablet and would it replace my SenseLab that I'm currently using, or how does it compare to XP Pen? Well, it's a great tablet in terms of the drawing experience. I really did like it. The touchscreen was awesome, and I found that really helpful, and it would speed up my workflow. But I wouldn't choose it personally because of the complications I had with Krita. Krita's a program I love to use, and it just wasn't working. The other major thing that lets it down is the pen programmability. I want to be able to program my pens so I can use them differently in Photoshop and differently in Blender. I think that's something that would be fairly straightforward for them to set up, so hopefully that's something they'll look at in the future. And if Huion do update their driver and support in those ways, and if they get Krita to work, then I'll let you know in the description, so do check that out. If those things are updated, then I think it's a real contender, and I can see lots of people choosing this brand over the others. So hopefully that gives you a good idea of what the Huion Kamvas 24 Pro Gen 3 offers. If you've got any questions, then do comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.